Good evening and welcome to Ms. Gwenny Eats. Thank you for tuning in another Sunday. Just know that I truly appreciate everyone that subscribes to my page and shares my videos and all that other good stuff. This week, the highlight of the meal is seafood mac and cheese. It has shrimp, lobster tail, and crab claw meat in it. And then I just did some standard green beans. And then I kind of went cheap with the ribeye this week. And now I kind of regret it. Sam's Club, for the first time ever, kind of disappointed me. This ribeye is really thin, but I just kind of flipped it twice and did what I had to do. The cheesecake this week is caramel. It's not a new flavor, but it is one of my favorites, and it is very, very yummy. And my wine of choice this week is Hennett Southern Twang, and I have had this one before, and it's one of my favorites. So let's go. Okay, we'll start with the mac and cheese. That's cheesy. Now I've done this before, but the times before when I've done seafood mac and cheese, I just did shrimp and lobster. And this time I just got a little more fancy with it and added the crab. And the crab is like $18 for a can of claws. And then I think if you get lump crab, you get less and spend more money. So I just went claws with it this week. Okay. See, the thing about this, usually when I do the lobster and the shrimp, you taste mac and cheese. You taste the mac and cheese with some seafood in it. But the crab just totally took over this. This is just crab with some shrimp, lobster, and some cheese in it. Now, don't get me wrong, I like it, it's good. But the crab definitely took over the entire flavor of everything. And I do mean everything. It took over the sharp, the Kobe, the Monterey Jack, the Parmesan cheese. It took over everything. All I taste is crab. Now, on another note, the crab, shrimp, and lobster might be good stuffed in some salmon or in a chicken breast. So I need to keep that in mind because I may try that right there real soon. And then my green beans are, as always, green beans, olive oil, garlic, a little bit of salt. Now, I usually don't wear any color on my lips, but something about this big hair made me want to do just like a little tinge of red on my lips, and I actually like it. I can't tell you I wear this out in public. The hair, yes. The lips, not really. But I think it looks really cute. And then let's get over to this ribeye. When I say this thing is thin, I know it said thin ribeyes, but this is, look at that. Sam's Club. Word. Now, and when I tell y'all, I actually got offline and put my New York strips back because the guy told me that the butcher had just put out ribeyes, and then it's paper thin. I mean, it still tastes good because I cooked it, but it's thin, like super thin. And I still managed to leave a little teeny tinge of pink in there because this was literally a flip and a flip, and that thing was off. Take it off. Take it off. Now, if you're trying to be more health conscious, and you don't want to have all that thick steak that I usually have, then this would be a good choice. But it's for people who like their steaks and well done, pretty much. Medium well, well done, because this is medium well, and there was nothing I could do for it to be anything but medium well and have color. No way. Okay. And And I just love this wine. It is my everyday wine. Like, this is the wine if I had a bad day and I come home and I'm frustrated, glass of Southern Twang knocks everything out. I might sit down and next thing you know, I'm asleep and half of the glass is still sitting here on the nightstand. And I just stick it in the refrigerator and finish drinking it when I get home. But it's rare when I come home and I get a glass of this Southern Twang and don't fall asleep on it. And it's really good. It's nice and sweet. I really like it. I'm glad that my friend put me onto that because it's really good. And I usually buy 2 or 3 bottles at a time because they're only like $6. I mean, you can't beat $6 wine. That's actually good. And because this steak is so thin, I might be able to eat all of this tonight. And the cheesecake. But this definitely has to be one of the thinnest steaks I have ever cooked. This must be where the people at Waffle House get their steak from because this thing is thin. This thing is Kate Moss in the 90s thin. Y'all know she was so thin. Woo! Yep, Kate Moss in the 90s. I cracked myself up. Was that the 2000s? I don't remember. But definitely, yep, it was the 90s. Back when people wanted to be skinny. And now everybody want to be thick. Like moving it around to be thick. But all I can tell you is this. Do what you gotta do, sister, and don't let nobody shame you. Shame you. If you're thin and you want to be thicker, get it done. Don't go cheap. And make sure you get somebody reputable. You don't want to be out here getting stuff done and then it's all raggedy looking. You want it to look good. You want it to look good with it. You want people to wonder whether or not you got something done. So I'm definitely not going to tell anybody not to fix something they don't like. Fix it. Whatever it is you want to fix it. At this point, I feel like shaming somebody for getting anything cosmetic done is like shaming somebody, anything cosmetic, because you know what else is cosmetic? Braces are cosmetic. And whoever can say whatever. But people have always gotten braces because the first thing you notice about somebody is their smile. And nowadays, the first thing you notice about somebody is their body. So if they want to fix that and their smile, or they want to get their smile fixed first and then their body, or their body fixed first and then their smile, mind your business. Because I know next year I'm getting some braces and I am not going Invisalign. I'm going to be a whole metal mouth. And I'm going to smile every time y'all see me, even before they fix whatever's wrong in my mouth. Just be smiling. All you're going to see is whatever color rubber bands on my teeth. I'm excited. But I got to get my life in order first before I start spending money on braces. But I'll tell people in a minute I've been rocking with this same smile for 40-something years. But I feel like I'm at a point now where if it's something that bothers me and I can fix it, I should fix it. I mean, fortunately, I don't have to do any of that other stuff. But if I did and I had the money, I would. All of this over a thin steak. Oh, well. I watched one of my videos. I think it might have been the last video. Yeah, the one with the pizza. And when I tell y'all, that thing had like a couple of shots. I could see all in my mouth and pizza dough was hanging out. So I'm trying to do better with keeping my mouth covered. Because when I have those moments where I have something that's sticky or real savory and I smack, just roll with that. But I don't want to have food hanging out of my mouth. Like, that is just so gross. I don't want any man looking at this and thinking, I ain't going out to eat. Well, look at that food just hanging out of her mouth. She's disgusting. So with that being said, trying to do better with covering my mouth. Excuse me, and those little burps. And the strawberry shortcake t-shirt I'm wearing this week came from one of my favorite people on the planet, but they did not want a shout out. But it's okay because I'm shouting them out anyway. Love you. Thank you for the tea. This was my first donated tea, but because it comes all the way down to the middle of my thighs like a nightgown, I decided I'll just tie it up a little bit. And then this is another thing that prompted the color on the lips because the red on the band. So I definitely appreciate the shirt. And I had to wear it at least one time, even though it doesn't fit the way the other one fits. I still love the fact that the whole front is strawberry shortcake. I think is really, really cute. And as always, I appreciate anything that anybody donates to me. I'm very grateful. Just get back to this crab with cheese because that's what this is. I mean, that crab literally took over everything. I mean, it's good. It's really good. But it took over everything. Everything. Just the whole mac and cheese tastes like crab. I don't even know if I've gotten to a shrimp yet. Okay. That's good. I must not have taken enough out because this didn't have any lobster in it. But I was trying to be moderate. It's still really good. Just crabby. It's very crab tasting. I'll tell you one thing. I will definitely be stuffing this crab, shrimp, and lobster concoction inside of a salmon or a chicken breast. I just don't know when, but it is going down. Because I just imagine these flavors with the cream cheese and everything mixed up in with the salmon. And this just, I feel ways about the fact that this, I mean, it's good. I like it, but I think when people ask me for the seafood mac and cheese, I'll stick to my traditional unless they specifically want crab. Or if anybody has a cheese that they'll suggest that the crab won't overpower, you know, I always appreciate suggestions, even though it seems like nobody ever gives me any. So suggest something when it comes to, I guess I could use less crab next time. So instead of using the whole pound, I could use half a pound. But using that pound just, ooh, buddy, it took over. I really like green beans. Some more of this thin, tasty steak. I think this steak is so thin. Shame on you, Sam's Club. Don't you sell any more of these thin steaks. And I swear I had some New York strips that were about that thick. And they cost more than these, but then I had to think about the fact that I was cooking for, this week I was cooking for 4 people, well 6 people total, 4 adults and 2 babies. So I wanted to make it stretch. And I knew the babies wouldn't eat some big thick piece of steak anyway. So I'm just gonna thug it out and finish. That's good. Okay. Back to that. I hope I didn't take too long of a pause with the chewing and all of that stuff. But let me tell y'all, I sat here and I moved this thing around and I turned my camera one way and I turned it the other way and I didn't like how any of it looked. I just like this view. I mean, if I lean to the side, you can see my little yellow vase over there that I absolutely love, and then the ceiling fan behind me and the mirror and the little thingy that's on my wall. And I just like sitting right here. I think at some point I'm gonna have to use some kind of weird background to make it cute. But right now I just like where I sit. And when I tried to move it around, I didn't like it. Now one day I might do it to where I don't see. I just have a lip on one side, so just I don't know. I like it right here. If anyone has a problem with it, give me some suggestions. But I'm definitely gonna move this to the side. The Kate Moss steak, the good green beans because they're just so good, and the crab with cheese because that's what that was. Took over the whole everything that was in there. It took over. And this is the caramel cheesecake. Some drizzle on it. This is definitely one of my favorites. This would be my first time making this one for the house though. I made one for someone and gave it away, and after that I probably wound up making 5 more, but I never got a chance to make one for the house. So if they love that caramel apple one that I made last week, and they really did because I looked and that thing was gone and I only ate one slice of it. So they definitely liked it. And my kids, they're at a point where they're sick of my cheesecake because I just make all these different cheesecakes. But the big one, I appreciate him. He still eats it. But I think the little one might have been eating that caramel apple one. So that's how I know I did a good job on that. And then this is just caramel. And we all know caramel sticks to your teeth. You know, when I first did this one, I was worried about overpowering the cheesecake flavor with caramel, but it doesn't overpower it. It's really good. Like I put the caramel bits on the inside, and then the crust is graham cracker, and then I drizzle some on the top. It's just really, really good. It's light and it's sweet, but not too sweet. My chocolate cheesecakes tend to be sweeter, but this one is more light and it's good and it's fluffy. Mm, mm. And if you want to see what this one looks like, it's already a picture of it on my Gwenny Cakes page, and that's Gwenny underscore cakes underscore 78, and it's all kind of varieties of cheesecakes that I've already made. And I'm pretty creative, so if you see something on there that you like, or if you want a different variation of something else, just let me know and we could work on that. But this is really, really good. Hmm. Like I said, it's one of my favorites. Definitely. Okay. I won't get too ridiculous for that with that. And I wanted to keep a little bit of red on my lips too, so. And there goes the rest of the red. Well, it was fun while it lasted. Well, anyway, again, thank you for tuning in on another Sunday. I'm rocking my Justice for Kobe bracelet this week. That anniversary is coming up, and I've been trying to wrap my brain around it. So y'all just bear with me if I skip that week. I might be just having some emotional stuff going on. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in another Sunday for Ms. Gwenny Eats. As always, you are much appreciated for tuning in to me, my food, cheesecake, whatever it is I plan on drinking, and strawberry shortcake. Well, you all have a good evening, and I will see you next time.